those magnificent men in their flying machines. They go up to the up, up, they go down to the up, down.
Hiya. Right, okay, so as I said, I did promise in the last video that I would show you. I don't even know if I've already done this because it's that long ago back. But anyway, I'm just looking at thinking, I've done almost the wings now, so I've come to the aileron, right, on the final wing, okay, or final side of the wing. So I've got my nice camera lady with me now, so she can pan down onto the aileron space, okay? Now you have to bear with me, because I'm trying to do it as fast as I can and show you. Right, so what I've done now is just obviously a bit of balsa that's sitting around, okay? You've got all the rest. Slightly angled it there with a sandpaper, okay? Just to get that. I made a little bit of space there because of the covering. So what I tend to do now is you've got to mark it, you've got to get the width. Pens at work would help. So you've marked it to the width, the same length as the main wing. And I'll just quickly chop it on the. Okay, you've got that there now, so you know it's in the right. You know it's there. You know it's all there. You know it's going to work. Right, and so go with the pen. That way I'll show you. So you've got your line there. Okay, sorry, I'll move that. There's the blade. There it is. You flushing the thing. And then just basically, this is all in real time. Like I said before, don't try and cut it all at once because you go off. So you just go down the line you marked, just below it if you can. And just keep, see what I mean? It doesn't matter. So it's there, see? Okay, right, sand that bit. All that about her anyway. Right. So you got that there where you want it. Oh, that looks good. Turn it around. Right. Okay. So you got it exactly where you want it. And you get a bit of super glue. And we attach it to the end there. You got it nice. You see? Just like so. So that's attached now. This has to be an angle because the wing's at an angle. Now here's the trick. You get it back in there. Okay. Right. So you get it nicely in position where you want it, which is about there. So that's at the angle now, right? And you got that there. You get a little clamp. Now, the key is you clamp it in position so you know it's going to stay where you want it. Now then, right, with these ribs, like I said before, it's the access cut-offs of the ribs you made for the wings, and that's what you keep them for. But obviously, because you've got this piece here, you've got to trim them down a bit further, so you just measure it. You just basically measure it, you know, you get the whole rib, off-cut rib, and you cut it back the width of the piece you put in. Okay, and then all we do is we just go along instantly speedy, there, and there. And there is a trick to this, right? Don't put it in. I'm doing this for the sake of the video. So if people say, oh, you're doing it too fast, that's because of the video. Right. Get a bit of activator spray. I'll hold it. Follow suit for the others. Here's one made in there. Okay. All in it. We're all in the same boat, ain't we? Locked down and all that jazz. Okay, last one. You notice that I've made this as one solid piece on the trailing edge of the wing, purely because it's a guide, so you know that it's going to be exactly the same when you go to cut it, which I'll do in a sec. I've just got to make sure they're all in. This is a two-part video, I might add. Okay. So that's them. Right. So you got them in. Now, Now you've done all that lovely, right? This last piece you might wonder what the hell's that about. Well, this is what it's for. So you check it in there. Okay, so that's all in now. So we're going to take a chance here and we're going to pull it apart. Take everything off. The wing. Right, so it's all made in one, as I said. Right, so we'll just take it off the board. Cellophane. It doesn't matter if it sticks to the bottom of it. It'll all come away eventually. That's because I rushed this. Right. Okay. Right, now it's stuck there. Right. Really, you should leave the clamp on it, just for safety's sake. So you see it's stuck, it's a one solid trailing edge. So you get your jig. If you haven't got a jig, use a saw, but I use a jig. Don't get to the middle. Okay, so that's come away. So and then we take the clamp off. Boom. There you have your aileron. Okay, ready for the next stage. So we got that now, so that's done. Right, now take away the aileron because this is the important bit. So we'll put the wing back. Follow the wing with me. Right. My jelly's a jelly. Right, so next stage is, like I said before, little bits of metal. This is the wing, because this is the top wing. Okay, so I'm going to put that bit there. It is. Right, so we need to now. Somebody asked me this on a comment about how you mix epoxy resin, so might as well do it all in one go. Okay, your epoxy resin, strong stuff. Because you obviously don't need a lot, just at 50-50. As in all things 50-50. Like that, okay? A little bit of a bolt thingy up there. You can see I've used that before, haven't you? Right, just give it a nice mix. Okay. Like it does so. Right, now obviously you've got, this is the top wing, so these are going to be on the downer side. That's the fitting, so put your piece in there, put that on there like so, epoxy resin, 5-minute epoxy resin, best stuff since sliced bread. Usually it goes in the middle like so. Okay, you got it in there. Okay, you can play with it, it gives you 5 minutes. Okay, and then you stick the bit there, just use what you've got. Now, here's the key. Right, you got it on there, just put your super glue in. Super glue it, like so. Right, look at that. It doesn't matter, you can see you can play with it. Yeah, I thought I'd done that. Perfect, not the way to do it. Right. See, even I make mistakes, so it's not a problem. Right. Yay, I didn't make a mistake, it was the right bloody way after all. Right, so, uh-oh, Corona. Right, so, still got some left. Doesn't matter. Gonna put it on. Okay. Put that on there. Super glue. It can get very messy if you don't do this. Right. Yeah, I like making mistakes. Just proves that it's live and not Memorex. So, you've obviously got to get that pin in there. That's very important. Most people will put a bit of ply in between there, which I would recommend, but because of the video, and this is a spare, so you see, you get it nice and level, and then you just clamp it in. Clamp it on where the 5-minute epoxy is. Clamps here now. Do you know something? Any other day, you can find it. And we just clamp that in there. That's there. The front's there. Right, so that's it. It's in the right place. It's lovely. Right, leave that to cure, which won't take long. Okay. So that, ladies and gentlemen, will be where your aileron goes. Now, thing is, as I've said before, the whole issue is with the DB plans. They always make it to save space and paper, I suppose, as they do. Everything's backwards. Now, somebody else asked me, how do you do the bottom half, the other side of the wings? Right, well, my jelly can like show now on here. I'll try and point it out, because this is actually a common mistake. If you're a person on DB buying a DB kit for the first time, even if you're an experienced builder, I spoke to some. Oh, Corona. You got this is the highlight where you start on your first wing, okay? And if we look here where I've got the stick, it's slightly less over. And basically what I found easy was just to turn the plan around the other way, because I find that if you when you're making a plane, your eyes get used to one way of doing it, you know. And even after that, I put it on the wrong bloody way when I put the first bit on, and I was like, oh god. And then I realised just before I did any glue. So it's always best to, the old saying, the engineer's saying, measure twice, cut once. So that's what I'm on about there, okay? So that's why I turned the plan around, because it can be a bit off-putting when you see the main one in front of you all the time, if that makes sense. Okay, so like I said, it's a two-part video, so the next video will be showing you how I put on the wingtip, because obviously it's got to be shaped, as you won't see on this bit, but I will show you now. Right, so if the lady pans over to where I've been, here's obviously the wings that I've done before, and this is the last section in there. Like I said in the previous video, I ain't doing nothing to the centre section of the wings, because I need to build the fuselage first to make sure everything fits square. But obviously everything's there. See, look, it's all there, everything's there, it's all nice. Right, so obviously I've sanded the edges and that, so everything's ready to go, which I'm quite pleased about, and I forgot what I brought you over here for. It's one of them days. Right, so obviously the servo hatches are in, everything's done. So there's not really much more to say, it's just a case of the last job will be obviously sanding the leading edges, but I'm not going to do that until I've glued all the centre section in both sides of the wings, and that way it'll all be fine. Oh yes, I know, I remember now. So the second video will be, if you notice there's a kink there you see how it bends over on the plan, well that's what the second part of the video will be, to show you how you sand these down to a point and make them all look exactly the same. See, and that'll come to that. Okay, well that's the next video. So ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. So as you can see, the wing section is more or less ready to go, which I'm quite pleased about. I really am. I've never made a sopwith stuff before, so it's good. Anyway, that'll be that. So anyway, given the environment we're in at the moment, stay safe everybody. Right, try and heed the rules and take care. Okay, goodbye. Hiya, well here we go. Alright then, so I'm going to try now finally do the wingtip of the last bit of the wing, the last fourth part of the wings. So I thought, because comments before are asking and never seen how to do it, so I'm going to show you now. Right, as best I can. This is a two-part video because obviously it's all down to drying time and stuff. So here we go. So if the cameraman can decide to move around. Alright, so here we are. So like, I've already cut one there to sort of demonstrate what I mean, to put the slot in. Okay, so you basically got to slot the wing, so try and get it to the width of the wing tip, which is about in the middle of the, you got to get in the middle of the rib, which is about there. It's roughly cut it like that, so that'll do quite nicely. This is all live and up in bricks, and then you just get a nice sharp blade, run gently, like I said before, don't try and cut it all at once because it's just not going to happen, right? So, and then you just keep going down where you've already pierced it, right? Preferably not on the plan because that would help. So here we are. There you go. So how are you, Tony? You alright?
I'm alright, yeah.
Good lad. So you just keep doing this till you get to the end. So you're almost through it. There you go. Okay, there's a little bit at the end there. So you get to the end, click it out. See, it's not ready to come out. If it's not ready, there you go. Right, itchy nose. Right. Then you slot it in. See, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit wide or too wide, don't matter. Right. Okay, so you've got your wing now. So you slide them in, make sure it runs true, which it is. Next thing to do is, because you've got your whole wing tip, I'm actually going to do all this in one go. Right, bring it up to the edge of the leading edge, which is there. Okay, like so. And I've already done it, but you mark round it. Okay, so that's marked round. Then what you got to do is underneath, mark it there. Okay, take it off, and then quickly just get burnt line on the bloody heater and trim that off. Put it back, like they say in the old engineering days, measure twice, cut once. Right, so you've got it there. Okay, and then you offer it up to there. So it's like that, okay? Now the thing you've got to watch is you've got to get that bend there. You've got to get the bend. Hence why it's got to be in the middle of the wing rim. See, you've got a nice bend. That's what it shows in the plan. Okay, so you're happy with that? Everybody's happy with that. Then what I tend to do is, and the next thing you do is you just mark the end. So you draw down it where you've got your ribs and shit and spars and stuff and all that jazz. Okay. Okay. So you got that now. Right. Take it off. Get your white glue. Now the key is you get it on. Right. Only go so far with it because obviously that's going to come off. That ain't that end. Right. Yeah, that's right. So you don't have to go over it because you just wipe it off afterwards. As much glue as you like on it. Nice PVA. Paint it on like an ice. Right, that's that. So that's all on. Okay. Now here's the key. Put your super glue on the end because that's important. Right. That's what's going to make the curve. Okay. Slide it in like you do. Right in, yeah. You have to think then. You're making me think, Tony. You're making me think. Right. You bring it up to it's there. See, so the glue holds it there. Get a bit of activator. That's spraying everywhere. Okay. So that hold it in place. Everything's falling apart at the seams. Now just check it. You got the curve because the curve is important. Okay, so you got a nice curve there. See that? And everything's held in place. Then obviously just clean it off if you want. Okay, this is part one of the video. Right, just get a nice little clamp. Couple of clamps. Oh, every time I pick one out, it's the wrong bloody something. Cameraman's fault. Right. I'm just blaming you, innit? Come on, speak. There you go. So you put them on just to hold it, right? So that's part one. So that's how simple it really is. Right, white glue will give it strength, and then we'll attach just to hold it in its place. So, in the next video, I'll just take this off quickly. When this is all dry, clean that off so it's easy to cut. When we're on the next video, because you've got to put this onto the aileron, and it's how you try to do it all at once. I find it's easier to just let it all set and dry. It only takes 10 minutes with this glue, so leave it to dry. And then in the next video, I'll show you how I match this up to the aileron, like on the other wings. Just cut it down there and that, but you'll see. Okay, so I hope that helps. It's a quick video, but that's how it is. Okay, alright, and so everybody stay safe, right? Follow the rules as they do in the critical situation we're in. And thank you for the nice comments about the video under the previous videos. I do enjoy doing them, but I appreciate more people watching them. Okay, so anyway, take care and goodbye.
Those magnificent men